Yeah, I thought we played, like we were hoping to play. Um, Defensively, I swear I wonder why we practice sometimes because people give us so many different things that we don't see during the course of their season. I think Mike does a great job with their offense. He wasn't happy with me that I put our starters in. You know what? If I'm gonna put my backups in with like a quarter and a half left to play, and you're gonna score, don't be surprised I put my starters back in to calm things down. So, but he'll get over that, and I guess I'll have to get over that too, how he handled it. But they did a really good job in terms of scheme and made our guys kind of change some things, and I thought we did a great job at halftime making some adjustments. And I thought offensively, we played pretty well from early on. So the plan was to take advantage of the win that first quarter, which we did. That first half, and we did. And then I thought, we did a good job running the ball at the end there and just kind of getting out of the game. So, but all in all, really happy with the performance in all three phases. Took some shots at some longer field goals. I'm telling you, Trey's been money. We put a lot of pressure out there on him during the week of practice. Every Thursday ends with a game-winning field goal where the music is blaring and the defense is doing crazy stuff, and I'm calling timeout, and he's just been hitting those, and a lot of confidence in him, and it was great to see us get a chance to take some of those shots at some field goals, and he delivered. So, questions?
Jeremiah and Davion, just talk about the offense. You guys kind of looked like your normal selves after a couple of weeks of some sluggish play. Just talk about what you guys did that was so effective today.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to get back out there and play cleaner. We didn't turn the ball over, which is something that we emphasized all week. We can't keep turning the ball over offensively. So that was a plus. Thought that we played pretty clean. I think it was an awesome team win, but we still, we can get better. There were still a lot of missed throws, some drops, some penalties that put us in some longer situations. But all in all, I think it was a good way to respond with the way we've played offensively the last couple weeks.
For me, I think everybody was more focused in practice this week. Wasn't a lot of playing around. Everybody was just focused, and that's something that we really emphasized on this week, well, every week. But everybody was on point. The run game did really good. Our O-line was blocking great. Running backs found the holes. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think to a man, we feel that we haven't played up to our abilities, and we've not been happy about that. And, as the head coach, when your team's not playing up to its ability, you need to, make everyone, toe the line a little harder. And it's been that week in practice. You could kind of, my 85-year-old mom, I remember calling home. She says, "You okay?" And she could tell it was like one of those weeks that nothing was going to be good enough because, we have very high expectations in terms of the level of play, and we've not met that the last 3 weeks. And so it was really good to see us go out there and get on them early and struggle some defensively, which actually is not a bad thing because the adjustments we made and we got it shut down. It was really great to see them respond in game like that. And like I said, all in all, I thought it was a really good team win.
Coach, from an execution standpoint, where does this game rank in the ones that you've played this season?
Well, no, this is one of the best ones. Obviously Nichols, and I think Nichols is the big culprit in our world because, everyone sees him beat McNeese and they see him go toe-to-toe with A&M, and then we tear him apart, and then everyone thinks that, we just have to roll our helmets out. And if I'm hearing it from people, I know they're hearing it from their girlfriends, from their mothers, from their professors. They're hearing it all around campus that, you guys can't be beaten. Football's not that way. Last week, lost a turnover battle 3-0. Had a kickoff return for a touchdown called back, fumbled inside the 2-yard line. You lose when you do those things. We found a way to win. So we've been very sensitive to the fact that we need to play at a higher level, and we're capable of it, and I think we did that today.
Yeah, I got a question for Davian. You had two nice punt returns, one for a touchdown, and you had actually one that was longer. But talk about the one that went for a score, because those were pretty good moves you made.
Like Coach said, played the ball at 10. It came right to me at the perfect moment. I cut inside and saw a lot of bodies in there, so came outside and let everything else happen. I really don't know how to explain it. It was just
Davion being Davion.
Well, it's funny because, Davion hasn't been a punt returner for us, and then he fair caught one a couple weeks ago that he shouldn't have fair caught. And I think Kyle Sigler, our specialist coordinator, kind of, put him in the back burner for a little while, then got him back, broke him back out. And, Yedidiah Lewis is coming back this upcoming game. And I think Yeti's going to be fighting for a chance to get back out there and punt return, but this guy's done a pretty good job. So that's the great thing about Davion. We can put him back on kickoff return, punt return. We can play him in the slot. We can play him outside. With Yeti being out, he's really had to step up and be the punt returner. He's had to step up and play the slot receiver. And now getting Yeti back, we got a lot more flexibility where we can play him.
Coach, this is kind of actually for you and Jeremiah. You talked about Yeti being out, some guys stepping up. How great was it to see Corey Compton first play of the game today go for a touchdown? Just all these receivers that are stepping up and taking on bigger roles.
Yeah, Corey is tremendously talented. People don't realize he's like a 6'8", 6'9" high jumper. And, because of what Davion does and what Nathan Stewart does, it's tough for him to get on the field. Well, with Yeti going down, it gave us an opportunity to get Corey out there, and Corey has responded. Some of the circus catches he's made, for any other team, he's the All-American wide receiver. On this team, he's fighting to get on the field. And so, that's the great thing about this team is it kind of pushes each other. And we have a lot of confidence now that we can get Davion off the field in some situations, give him a blow, let him get a rest, and we're not really dropping off when we get a guy like Corey Compton out there. But, if you look at it, we have three of the top 10 receivers in the history of this school on the field at the same time sometimes when Yeti comes back. And, Yeti's going to be the all-time leading receiver in the history of school until Davion breaks it then, and then until Nathan breaks out. It's really cool to see three guys like that on the field all at one time, and we're excited to get Yeti back, but at the same time, Corey's taking advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah, and I think what makes all of them so special too is they're some of the most unselfish guys out there. Especially Corey. Corey, he doesn't complain about a thing. None of our receivers do. They know that if they're getting the ball, it's because they're the one that's open. That's the way it is, and then they're going to make plays when they get the ball in their hands. But Corey's done a phenomenal job. Even going back to last year, he's made some big-time plays. And then this year, he's just really solidified that role. But they're the most unselfish group of the best receivers in the country.
Adrian, talk about some of the difficulties that their offense posed for y'all defensively. It looked like some of the option plays, maybe they were able to get outside and break some containment.
Well, yeah, it was kind of tough because, like Coach said, we practiced something all week. They show something all season, and we practice for that, and then they come out and show us something completely different. So they had us at first, but then, we have an incredible coaching staff that on the sidelines made some great adjustments, and then we were able to come out and then end up eventually stop it.
Jeremiah, from one old Bearcat quarterback to the current Bearcat quarterback, congratulations.
Thank you.
You should pass Brian Bell tonight for all-time leading passer in Sam Houston State history. That was the field, man.
Yeah.
I had no idea until Barfield actually told me after the game. But it's a great feeling. But I wouldn't be where I am at all without these receivers and our offensive line. These receivers, they make me look so good catching balls at 4 yards and turning them into 80-yard touchdowns. But they're unbelievable. I'm truly blessed, honored. Brian Bell, what he did here as starting quarterback, all national championships and wins that he took Sam Houston to. It's truly a blessing. But I think people lose sight of how blessed I am with these receivers and the offensive line we have. Because they make me look way better.
Well, again, congratulations.
Thank
do
you.
have a fantastic receiving corps, no doubt.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach, talk a little bit about the upcoming matchup. I know there have been times this season, sort of like the first half today, where you guys have struggled against the run, and Southeastern's done a really good job of running on teams this year and has scored a lot of points lately. Just what are you seeing going into that?
Yeah, they're outstanding. We've seen some crossover tape, when we're watching, someone else's defense, we'll see their offense. And tremendous quarterback, great running back, do a great job running the option, have some sophistication to it, but not the sophistication that we saw, this weekend. And it was really good to get a game like this just before going and playing Southeast Louisiana, because I think our kids have a lot of confidence now playing the option, because we're going to get a lot of option against those guys. So, you know, it worked out pretty well having a chance to get tested, make some adjustments, and feel good about going into a tough opponent at a tough place to play, you know, and we know there's a lot on the line, you know, going and playing this game. Our kids are excited about doing that.
Touch on the coaching decision you make. You get a PAT blocked today, and you've got a safety there to
Yeah.
Be able to chase them down.
Yeah, well, you know, they're high school teammates, and we fooled around with a number of other holders during the course of the training camp, and it ended up that this guy was the best one. You know, a lot of trust there, sure-handed, and, you know, if you have one blocked, you know, he can go hunt them down. So, yeah, but I thought Trey had a really good day. That was a blocking thing inside, and it was really good to see him have that kind of day and make those field goals. And his kickoffs, I mean, his kickoffs into the wind were out of the end zone. I mean, he just was on fire. And again, lost our punter last week. Thought we did a great job, you know, changing up a couple rugby punts, a couple regular punts, and we didn't really skip a beat in terms of our punting game. So it was good to see.
Last one, John.
Coach, what is it like for you to know that your quarterback is now in the Sam Houston record book?
Yeah, you know, it's to be, you know, when I walked in here, Brian Bell was leaving. And so, I mean, I just heard about Brian Bell and the legacy that he left. For him to be in that same breath is pretty cool, because, you know, there's been a lot of really good football players that play here, and maybe no greater than Brian Bell. So, and I think, you know, someday we'll be talking about Jeremiah Briscoe the same way. But let's wait till his career is over to do that. But yeah, really, really cool, because Brian did a lot of winning here. And, you know, knowing this guy, that is the single most important thing to him. He doesn't care about his stats. It's all about, you know, did we win? And that permeates through your locker room. And I think, you know, he talks about how unselfish our wide receivers are. They have a role model right here. Talk about how unselfish our running backs are. They have a role model right here. And when your quarterback isn't a diva and your quarterback doesn't care about anything other but the W's, it really makes your whole locker room kind of, you know, in sync and worry about the same thing, about winning the ball game.
Appreciate it, guys.
Good job, guys.
Oh, thanks, Coach.
I was dancing.